Our next presenter is Jessica Bermel, and she moved to Lethbridge to attend university for just 4 years. She thought she'd soon thereafter be leaving. However, she took a little longer to graduate, and what she found out with that little extra time is that she really loves this city, and now, thankfully, she plans to stick around for a little bit longer. So please welcome Jessica to the front.
So, I came to Lethbridge 5 years ago with only one intent: to leave as soon as I possibly could. And as I furthered my studies, it became apparent that it wasn't just me who thought this way, but also a lot of other students. In fact, a lot of my classmates wouldn't even stay the weekend. They'd go home to their home cities and say, there's no one here, nothing to do, and therefore no reason to stay. And this way of thinking wasn't just for the new students. It actually pertained to the new grads as well. I've heard there's no one here, nothing to do, and no reason to stay, more than I can't find a job as the reason why people want to leave Lethbridge. This way of thinking is actually really interesting because according to Economic Development Lethbridge, annually 22% of our 3,200 grads leave. This works out to about 2 out of every 10 leaving our city, and that's a huge brain drain when you think about all the programs we have in this city. So what I really want to know is, how does this make sense? How is there no one here and we're almost at 100,000 people? How is there nothing to do in the city and yet we have so many fun and vibrant events every day? And how is it that people aren't even considering a job before deciding there's absolutely no reason to stay? I'm personally of the opinion it's because we as individuals tend to lack community. We decide that it's too hard to go out and do something, let alone do something new. And we tend to go back to our home communities where we know a few people because it's better than starting brand new. So before we talk about building community, how do we define it? Well, Merriam-Webster's dictionary has a variety of ways, but they more or less come down to geographic location, common interests, and/or culture. As a student, I assume my community to be the geographic location of West Side, and characteristics or culture, you mean stressed out millennials that use Snapchat to communicate their emotions. In 2017, things changed for me. I took a co-op in the city. While in June, the majority of my friends graduated and moved on. The community that I had spent the last 4 years building was suddenly gone, and I was completely lonely. And it was then that I also started to fall into this trap of there's no one here, nothing to do, and no reason to stay. I decided that after I completed my eight-month work term, I would also be leaving the city. However, I'm pleased to say that this changed one fateful night when I was searching Instagram. I was looking through the hashtag YQL. I decided that in this city of 99,000 people, someone had to be doing something cool. And that's when I came across a post by the Eye Opener Toastmaster Club. It looked interesting, and I decided to give it a go. I was tired of being bored and lonely. And I'm thrilled to say that on that first meeting, that was the push that I had needed to rebuild my community. I figured that if this club of 20 welcoming, incredible, and game-changing people showed me what the community was like, imagine what the other 99,000 could do. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but at the end of the day, the biggest hurdle in building community was and always had been me and myself. There was always people here, and there was always things to do. I just felt comfortable not trying. I made excuses to not have community because it was way too easy. It was me saying, no, you're too tired, no, you don't have enough experience, or no, what if you embarrass yourself? In the last year, I'm pleased to say I've gone to a variety of events. I've gone tired, and I've come out feeling refreshed and energized. I've gone with no experience, and I've learned things. And as for embarrassing myself, it happens on the regular, so I just need to get over myself. So how do you build community after university? Well, it starts with trying. It starts that realizing that there are people here to meet and things to do. And then the second step is actually going out of your comfort zone and trying to participate in these things. It doesn't happen overnight, it takes time, but it's worth it. When you look at me, I was one step out the door in Lethbridge a year ago, and now here I am participating in cool events like IgniteYQL. In June 2018, I was one of the 3,200 grads this year. However, unlike when I first arrived, I plan to stick around in Lethbridge and see if I can make something here. And my reason is because there are people to meet, things to do, and overall, I've found tons of reasons to stay. It's because I have built a great community. So thank you, Lethbridge.